Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.
What's going on, people? What's happening, people? Salute to all of you, man. The Fight Week Show fans, people. Them. This is another episode of Dust Up Shakedown, and to help me do that right now is my brother Naz. How you doing, Maggie?
Big up you, man. Yeah, man. Man's good. Man's good, chilling. Summer vibes, finally getting into it. All of that, man. All of that. As you can see from the thumbnail, I've been working on my body.
Seriously.
Yeah. Answer that question now that we're live. You said your body was Dillian White's, yeah?
Well, I thought so. Maybe I might be wrong. But
Maybe not. Leroy, you got to come in, or you're real. You got to come in, bro. If you are over there. His thumbnails, bodies out. My one just looks like me on a good summer's day. You know what I'm saying? When I'm training.
Hey, Leroy, man, if you're there, man, you know what I mean? Come to the front of the congregation, man, and let these people know whose body is on them TNs, man. You know, I thought mine one looked like body snatchers, man. Only because of the tattoos and shit. You know what I don't know, man. I don't know. Leroy be doing the most, man. He be doing the most with these fucking thumbnails, man. But big up my boy Leroy. He's put that together for us, and we're rolling into this episode 10. 10 episodes, man, we've pulled off, bro. You know what I mean? On this Dust Up Shakedown episode, man. So onwards and upwards. And people, we banged the video, one of our clips on our main channel. Go and check it out with the Stylebender and Dricos Duplessis saga. Hotso Ramopo. We interviewed him during the week, and he got some really, really good takes. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. That brother gave so much. He gave so much. He touched on a lot of topics. How did you find the interview? Let me ask you.
It was kind of deep as well. And, bro, I was shocked that his full name was Bilal as well. And,
yeah,
the way the whole his whole life story, man. Like I was like, oh, that's like it reminded me a bit like Trevor Noah, and even the fact that he tried, he's a bit of an actor and he's always on the stage, he's comfortable with being on stage. I was like, all right, then this guy, he might be able to just, do other things as well. Like the EFC isn't his limit. I mean, he should always be part of the EFC, do a Joe Rogan and stick with him to the end. But I think he should do, more boxing as well. Like he says he does do boxing as well. Yep. And I rated that he rated Michael Buffer, not Bruce Buffer. He was real with it. Yeah, Michael's the original OG. And even their dad, actually, so I know. And brother, he has a bit of a mad life story, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you must have been up for an hour or something, bro. How long was the original interview? It must have been like 2 hours.
Bro, we were supposed to go for what, 20-25 minutes? Bro, man just gave gems after gems after gems, and man, we were just there chopping it up. And if you man saw as well, you know what I mean, there's a little
we banging to go see him one day. South Africa, UFC.
Man. Yeah, man, there's a little proposal, you know what I mean? He definitely wants the Fight Week show and him to break down some of the EFC fights, do a post-fight analysis with the EFC on their fighters. So we'll see how that one goes. He's going to run it through the bosses, through the brasses at the top. And hopefully, we can make something
That'll be sick if we can do that. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. We've got that going on right now. Big up long hair, Yeti. Salute to you, my boy. You're real. My son Jala's in the house. How you doing, Jala? Hope you're good. Afro Thunder, Oyabo's son, Snoopy Triple G. I see you, man's in the house. Salute to all of you.
Oh, so your real came in. Answer the question, the real man. Answer the questions. Whose body are that? If you come on back on again.
Hey, you're real man. So whose body is that? Whose body is that, man? You know what I mean? Fucking.
See another comment here as well, but when Chimaev, Chimaev is on the. We'll get to the questions. He was on the flipping thumbnail as well, isn't it?
Yes, it was.
Everyone wants to always ask about what's happening with this guy, but we've got news on him.
Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it, man. Hold on. Bear with me.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Oh yeah, before we get to that. Oh yeah, Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green. How far off was I? Big up yourself, you're real. And next week you man pop over again and check out Guess the Body. Yeah,
Guess the Body.
We're gonna be playing a game of Guess the Body. every time you man rolling, man. So this week,
that's gonna be a sick legends fight, a goodbye fight for Tony, I believe.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. But before we get to that, I just want to, if you've not been checking up our socials, you'd have seen it on our socials. The fight bout has just been released on the EFC website. It's Terrence, the Black Panther Balelo against Gift Walker. Gift Walker from House of Tinkerbell. Those guys are going to be fighting for the flyweight belt, for the flyweight title, and we're going to be doing a lot of content with those guys in the build up to that fight. This is a fight that's
Is Terrence's fight a #1 contender fight?
No, this is title fight, bro.
So it's fully for the title.
Fully for the title.
7th September.
Yeah, 7th of September. Yeah, fully for the title. Man, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. I spoke to both of them. You know what I mean? They are fully buzzing about this. And we're going to be building it up on this channel. We're going to be, we're going to try and partner up with the EFC as well to try and build this fight up.
Nice.
And then we're gonna try and get as much eyes as we can from our shores onto that bout over there. You know what I mean? So, people, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Go and put in your calendars. And go and support those guys. Go and check out their pages. Go and check out their gym work, their pad work, all of the sparrings. You know how they're getting on in camp.
EFC, type that in. EFC, like honestly, the amount of talent Africa has is just crazy. But we always knew that. The hunger that's going to be there, the amount of genetic diversity, and as I said when I was saying last time, every flag you could imagine in Africa was there being represented in South Africa, and even other countries. Obviously, they got a lot of Mexican, Americans, and other types. But yeah, I can't wait for these next events, man.
Yeah, man, I'm fully buzzing for that. We got a lot of work to do as a Fight Week show team to help push this fight in the right direction, so it can really get the justice it deserves and the audience it really deserves. Right? Let's jump into UFC London. UFC London. The whole card. How was the card for you? You know what I mean? Because we didn't get a chance to do the watch along together. We had Gift Walker and big up Kenny Black Diamond for pulling up this weekend to come and join us on the Fight Week show for the watch along. Man, the watch along was brilliant, by the way. You weren't able to join us, but what did you make of the card yourself? And how did you find some of the fights on there?
It was going up and down a bit. It was like it was fluctuating.
Yeah,
like I don't know. In the beginning, I was expecting big things, and then got a bit boring. I wouldn't say boring. Went to decision, let us to fight. It's a bit too close, a bit too safe, and then it picked up again just at the right time. And I would have to thank Paul Craig for that. Paul Craig, he kind of done that. I don't know. He just brought energy and an aura in. And, the way the fight finished, the way the fight went on. The whole song and the fight speech afterwards, calling out Bo Nickel, bloody hell. I mean, that's when it went up. And then obviously the upset happened. And the upset just, you always like that in the code. I mean, that just the way it happened, it was like a very gruesome, almost arm break. Something there gave way. One of those tendons or something snapped. I mean, straight after that, she said she's going down a weight now. And then obviously the main event, it was like watching a game character, bruv. It was like watching a game character. The actual UFC game, if you cheat and create your best character and get the 999 everything, you can actually make a big guy move like that. Me and my friends joke about it. We make heavyweights on the simulations. Like, we made a heavyweight that moves like a flyweight. This brother was that, man. He wasn't even this heavyweight move fast. This brother's actually bouncing around. Like, that's very hard to do. It's not a smooth mover like Cyril Gane. It's a fast bouncing movement. And bro, I swear down, man. Yeah, man. It finished well, finished nice and early. I was impressed at the end, but anyone that came early might have regretted it. But most people are casuals, and so they came for the last 4 or 5 fights. So they would have enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. The card it's a mixture of and there's some good fights up in there. You know what I mean? There's some good results, some unexpected results, Thanks.
What was your favorite move of the night? Like, what was
my favorite move of the night? Yeah, I've got to give it to Jafel. The very first fight on the early prelims, that brother that squeezed Mohamed Mokaev, Jafel. He got dropped multiple times in that first fight. He kept coming back. Multiple times I said, this fight is over. Surely this fight is over.
Best one.
And this brother came back from the dead and squeezed the life out of the opponent. Man. It was so good. And for me, that was kind of what set the tone of my expectations for a UFC fight, for the UFC London card. It really, really set my expectations.
Started off well, but then after that,
it's like
I was shocked by even people like Duncan. I was expecting more from him.
Yeah, I mean, with him, I think he's just this will be his second fight in the UFC, so I think he's kind of more feeling his way into. Because look, let's not forget that division is as dangerous as they come, and we know what Ashmos is all about. We saw what he did with, to Sam Patterson. Shout out Sam Patterson. He's been on this show before.
I was jokes that they fed him that guy. I was like, what a coincidence! Like,
yeah, man. We know what happened there with him and Sam, and we know how much of a big hitter Ashmos is. So for Duncan to really come out and put on the clean that he did on him, my man broke his hand in the first round.
That explains a lot.
You know what I mean? And basically, he still fought through with it. And we ended up getting a decent fight out of it. So for me, the coupon buster of the night, even though it wasn't surprising to me, was Julia Storyalenko against Molly McCann.
Visual move of the night. That arm, like the way she bent back Molly's arm, visually, it was just too powerful, man. I was like, Molly needs to think about her career instead of trying to please the fans. She goes flying in. She does, and then she gets taken down. Game over.
Exactly.
This lady, Shrelenko, has all her finishes by armbar. Mine's of it, Ronda Rousey. Yeah, but that move, just the visual of it, just the way it popped back up, I was like, what? Why did she let her go all the way? But that's the thing with the limbs. Can't.
The problem she had, the problem I thought Molly had. And I said this in the preview, Julia Storyalenko is somebody that I followed from her days in the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, man. I go way back with her, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I did not know she was. I had to check the records and share them.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
And I said it, in the preview. She will chase that fucking submission. She'll chase the armbar until she gets it. She don't care if she gets knocked out doing it. She's just one of those people. She will chase that submission until and you couldn't have given her a better person to be able to get submission against. and that's what I didn't think. I thought, yeah, you know what I mean? Man.
Long hair says it right. Long hair, yeah, bro. He can't just run into him, man.
That's right. She fucked up my parlay as well, man. That's a real coupon.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I was risking it for the biscuit. I put in the chat, should man cash out or risk it for they were telling me risky for the biscuit. Kenny Black Diamond. Yeah, man, risky for the biscuit. You know what? Soon as the fight done and we saw Molly tapping, she said, yeah, I told you should have took that money. I told you should have cashed out. I'm like, bro, how you kicking my man's down like that, bro? You know what I mean? Boy, but it was all fun. It was all good fun and games.
Next week, bro. Next week we'll make it up, man.
You know,
man. The final Wood fight was good, very good. It's like imagine Frankie Edgar beating someone that was bigger than him. I'm so happy.
Final Wood keeps impressing, man. He keeps impressing in that division. He's a scary prospect, man. Anyone that's looking at him from the lens of a prospect, you're gonna get a rude awakening, man. If you keep looking,
he looks beatable. Like I get it on the way in. when you size him up, you look at his record, you think, oh, you're gonna fuck him up, and then you realize, oh, he's on the highest level of bantamweight speed.
He's different, bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's different, man. He really is different. And there's a couple of them like that. Jack Shaw is another one like that. You know what I mean? That where you think, oh, this, that, and the other, but this man's, they just go in there and they.
No, Jack Shaw moving up. You have to do that. You have to do it. And staying at that weight just makes you like weak. You're meant to cut weight properly, man. And I reckon if I knew would will break into the top 10. But I don't see him ever fighting for a title, to be honest.
Yeah, man, that'll be nice to see. Still, that'll be nice to see. I want to see these guys do well. I want to see these guys keep carrying the flag for UK fighters, and keep bringing, because look, one of them. Nathaniel Wood, GB top team. We fuck with GB top team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With his coach Brad Pickett, they do a lot of good work over there, man. And I like what they got going on over there. Taib Hussein, big up yourself, Taib. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brother. Hope you're doing good. We have. Let me just transition straight into that right now, man. We have a big card coming up this weekend in the BMF, the BMF card. 2 fights that I really want to pick out.
I mean, the pro-main event is stealing it again
from that card there. Right, hold on. Let me just.
What's the countdown yet?
No, I haven't got around to it. I'm gonna jump on it. Bro, I've been stuck in interviews most of the day. Once I'm done winding down at 7 o'clock, I'm gonna jump on the countdowns, and then I'll report back to you in the chat. I'll definitely get back to you in the chat on that one there. Right, the fight that I'm really interested in talking about is the Michael Chiesa fight, the Tony Ferguson fight with Bobby Green, and Wonder Boy versus Mitchell Pereira. We leave the co-main and the main till Friday when we do our preview card. But
that's a sick fight, Wonder Boy versus Pereira. That's a sick fight.
That's one that I really want to talk about, because when we look at the styles and the way these two are going to approach the fight, what are the pluses? What are you expecting from a bout like this with the technical and the skill set that they're both going to bring to the fight?
Yeah, Pereira's like a ninja, bro. Like, I know he's toned it down. He's become more professional as an MMA fighter, but ever since he's beaten down in Canada. But now he's cutting weight properly. He's got the real money behind what he's doing. He's doing everything proper. He's making sure he cuts weight. Oh, you got Prime.
Give me some of that Prime money, man. Give me some of that Prime money.
Sponsor us or else we'll start dissing it. Secondly, sponsor us, we will sell out. I'm joking.
Well, if Volkanovski's getting some of that money, I see that bling on his.
I'll get that.
I want some of that Prime money, man. You get me? Yeah. Prime Tomiyasu, God damn it. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't. Honestly, hopefully one day we get 6 sponsors, man. Wonder Boy, Pereira, the last fight, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be. Everyone who thinks about it, it's gonna be boring. Every time you get 2 dynamic fighters, they end up doing this boring thing. Adesanya and Silva-esque. But I just feel like Pereira's gonna take it all in his stride, and he's gonna see Wonder Boy a bit as like susceptible to a finish. I honestly, I think that fight's gonna be ill, especially with Pereira. He's been going professional. I think he's going to release it and go a bit more raw, a bit more spinning back kick, crazy jumping knees with a kick in the end if he misses the knee. He does crazy shit like jumping Superman punches, which is Wonder Boy's weakness, because the only time he's been knocked out with Superman punch. Yeah, so that's the fight I'm looking most forward to. Chiesa one, I've been thinking about Michael Chiesa. Like, my man's been working the desk, chilling in the back, gaining weight. I mean, if he was like a welterweight and getting big and then he got bigger, I'll be worried. But he's a lightweight that went to welterweight. So I still think he'll be able to make welterweight for the rest of his life if he wants, with his professional fighting life. Like, he's one fight away from retiring. I'm retiring UFC, I want to work in the desk. That's it. So he needs to win this. If he doesn't win this fight, I could easily see him retiring and just doing more desk work and backroom work and podcast work and all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what his main goal is right now. He knows he can't fight for the title.
Oh, he's so far from it. There was one time that was just that little bit. It was a little bit closer to the title.
Yeah. Who did he lose to? It wasn't Magny. It wasn't Dos Santos.
He lost to Sean Brady.
Yeah, Sean Brady. That's the one. If he won that one, he would have been right there.
Yeah,
that was close as well.
I agree with you. I agree with you when you look at it. If he'd won that fight there, but he's been on the desk with Alan Jouban for a minute now. Both of them too. They usually doing desk work and
I did a podcast with Paul Felder for the UFC.
Yeah. So there's work there for him when it's all said and done for him, and this could be the fight where either hangs the gloves, or they might even cut him. I wouldn't go as because it works for them. I don't know if they're really going to cut him like that. You know what I mean? Because it does work for the company. He's a company man, and I don't know if they're going to cut him like that. You know what I mean? They might give him a little nudge and say, "Yo, bro, you know what? It might be time to hang them gloves up." We don't really want to give you the cutting type of thing where you know what I mean. It's gonna dim up his career, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to keep the brain cells if you want a desk job.
Yeah, man. But Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green, we know Nate Diaz was the last person that took a win away from Tony Ferguson. Was it the last guy? I think it was. Nate Diaz.
That was the last match.
Nate Diaz was the last guy to take a win away from Tony Ferguson, and we know how much Bobby Green. Is affiliated with Nate Diaz camp, Nate and Nick's camp. Do you think they would have got some pointers, or even do you think Nate might have helped him prepare for this fight against Tony Ferguson?
I mean, maybe they spoke on the phone for half a minute, but if there was if they were trained together, it would have been leaked out. Most of Nate Diaz's stuff is being recorded. It seems. I mean, good to see that. But that'll be actually good training for Jake Paul, since my man Bobby Green's actually a boxer type. But I don't see them. I don't see Nate Diaz focusing on that anymore. He must be in his own little world of boxing. Yeah, so what if this is a company man? Bobby Green is a company man, but
there's a whole heap of them that are company men like that. You know what I mean? Like there's Kevin Holland's a company man. You know what I mean? Like them and they will fight whenever the UFC asks them to fight. Whether it suits them, they'll step up. These man's are company man.
Okay, you're gonna lose this, but here you go. I mean, I feel like Ferguson might be able to win this fight, but
you think he's winnable for Ferguson? He does need a win though. He does need a win. The streak that he's been on lately, man. You know what I mean? It's not the one. The streak that he's been on. So I think
I don't see it happening. And
he definitely needs to break that streak.
Nah, man, I don't see it happening, brother. Most of all, Bobby Green wants to get that last no contest or whatever out of his
record.
No, his record. He wants to get it over his head. He wants to move on. Ferguson, if he loses this, he'll be forced to be cut, and he'll be cut in a way where they won't cut him out of his contract. They'll just make sure he can't fight again. The UFC will stop him from fighting. If he carries on fighting, he will die. He'll become one of the first people to die. That's a big name.
Let's talk about one more fighter on that card as well. That's on the losing streak like that. And we're going to talk about Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, again, is another one
that's true.
That's on this losing streak. I mean, all these heavyweights are putting it on him. They really are putting it on him. They're making him. You know what I mean? They're finishing him. They're finishing him, bro.
Exactly.
They're finishing him.
I'll be worried if I was his camp, if I was people. I mean, he's not crazy old. He doesn't look that done for, but I just feel like you gotta pick him some special fights, man. You gotta pick him some lucky fights. And if he loses those ones, then that's it. Just call it a day. It is what it is.
You know, it's mad.
You think it's hard to watch someone get knocked out, and the way he drops as well. One of these are going to be concussive, like so concussive they won't recover.
It looks bad, innit? It looks mad. It looks mad.
How much do you guys weigh? 260 pounds. Some of them we hydrate like Lewis, and they weigh 280 on the day. That's too much weight coming onto your face. Like heavyweight, I know they're paying him a lot as well. They paid him like 500 to show, 500 to win, bonuses. They hooked the F out of Derek Lewis, innit? I'm cool with, but bro, give the guy a break, man. Give the guy a break, man.
Yeah, he's another one that could be looking at a cut, man. You know what I mean? If things doesn't really
big time.
If things doesn't really go his way, so
no, he can't fight outside the UFC. You have to make sure you have to protect him. You have to keep him on contract so he can't fight the UFC, and also you have to just elongate his career. I don't know how they do it, but just if they go outside and start fighting outside the UFC, it gets worse. It gets worse, man.
It does. It does. Yeah, man. And people, go and check out my boy Bertie B's tune, "Fucking With Me." It's out there on Spotify. You know what I mean? Go and check out some of our stories. We used it as part of our track that we posted on our stories, man. So go and support our boy Bertie B. You man know Bertie B, man, our brother from down under. Go and support his work. He's putting this music thing together. And we all need each other's support, man. You get me? So go and show him some love. On that tune there. That tune is heavy still. That tune there, you know what I mean? It's bopping, man. You get me? Yeah, but go check it out. But go show him some love. Okay. Hamzat Chimaev. He's in there with Paulo Costa now. He's talking about. I see him posting photos with some young lads over here in England. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's been there with the hard hitters hitting the punching machine. I don't know if you saw this fucking.
I swear, I think it's visa issues and all this. Right? It's all bullcrap. I don't believe in none of it.
Yeah, he was over here in the UK, man. You get me? Big up balls, by the way. Big up balls. And Carl Rossi, if you're watching, your boy was over here doing the Lord's work, inspiring all these young kids. But he said he's gonna make Paulo Costa cry at UFC 294. There's some bad blood that's brewing up between these two guys, man. What do you make of their back and forth and the way they've been trying to build up this fight?
Honestly, this is going to be one of the few fights this year that will be built up properly from beginning to end. They're going to keep going out in social media when they face off each other. You know, they're going to be doing it in the interviews, sending shots. Some of it will be stupid. You know, you'll hear some silly comments. Some will be good comments, you know, to give them their props. I know Paulo Costa, he's got someone working with him. He does some crazy shit online. And then obviously the fight itself.
His manager's crazy though, man. His manager's
his girlfriends, his manager, his pretend girlfriend with Ortega. He's just on a mad one.
Secret juice.
And then a secret juice, like everything he does, bro. I've got him both Twitter and Instagram. This guy always doing some crazy, cringy stuff half the time. But sometimes it hits, rarely, but sometimes it does hit. But Chimaev, obviously, he's going to look bigger. You know, everyone's going to go on about that. Like, he's throwing around like heavyweights in the gym. They're going to start talking about him killing people and all that. He's going to go down that route. And then if that fight, listen, I don't remember last time Paulo Costa actually had a boring fight. It's been a while. The most boring fight was a one-way domination fight, Israel Adesanya. But even then, the whole fight, it was a good fight to watch because a real boring fight is like 4 or 5 rounds, 3 rounds of just decisionating, boring. It was like, okay, it was boring, but you still got destroyed, so it's still a good fight to watch, if you know what I mean.
Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou still comes to mind. But
yeah, that's what boring is. Like. You know what's funny? Imagine that fight. Imagine one of them landed a KO punch. We wouldn't have labeled that boring.
For real.
Even if it was in the last second, the third round, going around the big haymaker and spun his head around. We wouldn't have labeled as boring because of that one KO. It's mad, isn't it, how it works? But yeah, man, Paulo Costa, if he gets run over by Chimaev, like run over, destroyed, just taken, wrestled down, I choke, I bet he looked like he's drowning him, just putting his fingers in his nose and his butt, just choking the guy over the back of the head, the side of the head. You know, the referee's like, hey, what? You know, like just that messy, fuck you up, ground and pound. If he actually does that, the Paulo Costa is 225-pound beast, then it's undeniable. Izzy might have to get out of the way. Too much, you know, don't want.
Yeah.
Boy, man. Yeah. Go take care of your balls.
It'll be nice to see. It'll be nice to see. For me, I just think the way the fight set up, the only thing that I'm praying because Paulo Costa's pulled out of a few fights, bro. You know what I mean? Like he's becoming the pull-out king right now, right? You know what I mean? Like, bro, his pull-out game.
I believe in this one. I could bet. I know. Like the Abu Dhabi money is so good. He's not going to say no to it.
Yeah, you know what? You have a point there. When it comes to getting that Saudi money, everybody wants some of that Saudi money right now. You know what I mean? Francis and Tyson Fury, they want some of that Saudi money. Some of your players, they want some of that Saudi money. You know what I mean? Somebody looking at some of that Saudi money. Everybody wants some of that Arab money now, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boy, come show me some love. I want some of that too. There's some my way. You get me? Yeah, man. A gold brick or two, man. A gold brick or two will make me.
And then forget the EFC. Let's focus on the SFC, the Saudi fight.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Who knows, man? Who knows? That'll be a thing of beauty, man. We got Derek Bronson and Roman Dolidze. They've been added to
yeah. When I saw that, I was like, what's wrong with Derek Bronson? Like what is?
Because at one point I thought I was going to hang it up. You know.
That's what I thought. So I thought, how much are they paying him?
Yeah, I really thought he was going to hang it up at one point. You know what I mean? Especially his last loss against Dricos Duplessis.
Yeah, but then he saw what Duplessis done, and he was like, "Oh."
But they actually threw in the towel. Level. They threw in the towel for that fight, bro. You know what I mean? His corner threw in the towel for that fight. You know, and that's not something I've seen in Derek Bronson's fight before. That one they kind of look. I don't know what type of camp he had for them to be able to do that, because they would know whether I had a good camp or not to be able to survive the onslaught that that Dricos Duplessis was putting on him. So, but they threw in the towel. And another one that we've seen online that's come up recently is Ben Askren. Ben Askren is asking for a rematch with Masvidal. He wants to take that flying knee that Masvidal put on. He wants another crack at Masvidal, man.
Yeah, I saw that where Masvidal was like boxing only. And
do you? I don't know. Do you think they could put on a novel? Do you think a promotion could just pick up those two and give them a novelty match? Because I think maybe some people will watch it.
Well, if I'd watch it. Masvidal has to do it. Masvidal will do it in his own promotion. Like he's doing Fabricio Verdun versus JDS, bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah.
I was like, that's shocking. He could do that as well, bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah.
With Askren.
There's that option is there. That option is definitely there. But the thing with the bare knuckle is, I don't know if Askren, because if you look at Askren's career, like he went a long time winning fights without even taking one single shot to the head. You know what I mean? Because of his ability to take people down and just finish them on the ground.
He fought some proper killers, but he just took people down ASAP.
Yeah, you know, and when it came to the UFC, he had that rude awakening. It was different level of competition, and it was just getting sparked left, right, and center. Robbie Lawler, shout out to Robbie Lawler, sparked him out, woke him back up. Masvidal sparked him out with a flying knee. So I think he didn't necessarily have that great time that he was expecting to get.
Made money.
Well, yeah. He did secure a lot of back, especially with the Logan Paul. With the Jake Paul fight. The Jake Paul fight. I think he made more money in that fight than he's ever made in his fighting career. You know that's what he came out and said. So that's lucrative for him. And I'm sure if Masvidal puts down, if they're going to fight, I was just saying maybe a promotion could pick them up. But Masvidal has his own promotion. Why not put that fight on it? Put that fight on that promotion.
Make so much more money on the back end.
Yeah, man. That's it. You know, I'd watch it. I'd watch it if they was to put that fight together.
So would we, but we're degenerates.
For real. Vicente Luque has been cleared for UFC return after a brain hemorrhage that sidelined him, indefinitely by the Athletic Commission but they've now cleared him to be able to compete again. I'm really happy for this brother. Really, really happy for Vicente Luque. Something like that to get a news like that medically to say it's going to ruin and put a stop to your career. Not ruin it, but put a stop to your career. To get a news like that to say, you know what, you can come back. That's a definitely good news.
It's encouraging, but at the same time, it almost takes you think you shall retire or not. Again, you're not the youngest. You almost got there twice. You've been set back quite a bit. You know, maybe did one fight in, and maybe Dana, if you're lucky, Dana gives you like double your wage for that fight. And then, even have an agreement to a degree, so you can have a retirement fight with special contract. Because I don't think he should carry on much longer. If that happens one more time, a blood hemorrhage in your brain, that is not.
That's
I know Dana White wants either. I'm sure he'll let him be. He'll give him the bag. Dana White acts weird when the whole UFC they calculate that okay, this player is not 110% fit. Like they realized Anthony Rumble Johnson from time ago. As soon as they realized he wasn't 100%, they let him go early. Same with Corey Anderson. Like if you ever see the stories about the UFC when they let people go, there's always something medical related to it as well to a degree. And so I think this one will be there up there. He might give him one easy fight, pay him a mad one, and put him in a co-main event or a South American card, maybe, who knows. And then after that, they could kind of release him. But he shouldn't fight again.
Now, I personally, when I saw that, especially in the profession that they're in, when you people that do like American football, rugby, contact sport like boxing or MMA, or kickboxing, any kind of combat sport. Really and truly, when you get anything to do with the brain,
it should be done.
Really and truly, you should just hang it up. You know what I mean? You should just hang it up, man, because that's not one thing that you can play with and just go and fix if it gets fucked up. You can fix your arm if it breaks. You can fix your leg if it breaks. Like if your brain,
fix a lot of shit now with science. Not the brain.
Not the brain. The brain is so complicated, man, to fix. So yeah, man. For me, I know it's been cleared, but I agree with you. I'm with you on this one, man. I think
I believe he got a hemorrhage from his last fight. He lost by KO, right? Jeff Neal.
Yeah, Jeff Neal. Yeah. Hands of steel, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
hands of steel, bro. Gary's gonna be in the same, situation.
That's a dread one, man. That's a hard one, bro. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be getting hit by people like that, knowing that you've had a condition like that before. That will always play in the back of your mind every time. We talk to these fighters all the time. They talk about how nervous they are going into fights.
Honestly, Bilal Muhammad should fight for the third time.
You think so?
Yeah, because Bilal Muhammad needs a fight in between all this.
I think I heard that Bilal Muhammad and Usman is in the works.
No, they can't. That's deep. That's deep.
I don't know how.
That's deep. Why did they do my brother like that?
But I think they're gonna, they put him and Usman
together. Why are they doing this to Bilal Muhammad? Why are they trying to give him Usman?
Bro, Usman ain't got no one to fight. Usman ain't got no one to fight. There's no one else to fight.
It's like, when they go, I'm gonna feed you to the dogs, but they go, here's a chain of gold. Yeah, and they're like, well, I'll fight this fucking crazy dog if you give me a giant chain of gold with diamonds in it.
Bro, if he beats Usman,
that's what he's doing. He's just taking the money.
But if he beats Usman, though, bro,
it's undeniable again.
Just look at it from Bilal's point of view, yeah, because he's got to back himself. He has to back himself, and I know you're thinking there's no way he gets it done against Usman. You know what I mean? But if he beats Usman is the last man to fight for the title. That's fast track for Bilal.
Yeah, but by then it'll be Kobe, and then they'll be like, can you fight Kobe before you fight Leon? Because Makachev, who knows,
bro? I think if he beats Usman, he's definitely number one contender. It don't matter what happens between Kobe and Leon, he'll be next one in line.
There's one guy who just has it out for Bilal Muhammad and his peoples, and he's like, you know what? I'm part of the industry. I'm gonna tell Dana to make it the law. But it's weird because they pay him well, you know. They pay him like proper well. They pay him almost a mil. They're gonna pay him a mil for this one.
Don't forget, they got the same manager, bro. They got the same manager. Ali Abdulaziz, man. You know what I mean? He's gonna be eating.
This guy is so annoying. He's my people. He's so annoying. Habibu, you have to fight him. You must fight him. And one of you die, and then khalas, you make money. And you make 1 million, you make 1 million. Oh, this guy is annoying, but he's got everyone in the game.
Bro, if you got a manager like Ali, man, you know what I mean?
I don't know how he's such a big promoter.
He's like the Alex Ferguson of MMA managers. Man. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care what anyone says, but he's like the fucking Alex Ferguson. I mean, the amount of people that these brothers managed to success. It's not just managing people.
If you think about that, he must have like at least 10, 20 champions under his belt over his time.
It's mad. You know, and we're talking people like Frankie Edgar and them man there. You know,
that's who started it off, man. I've heard the story.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of champions that these brothers had under his table, man. So big up to Ali Abdulaziz on that one. They got the same manager. They're both gonna eat well. They're both gonna get paid very well.
I can get you an interview, Ali Abdulaziz. It's not hard. Just say, I hate Errol Houani. That's literally it. I'm like, brother, khalas, I am coming on your show. Literally, come on your show. Like, I hate this.
Yeah, man. We fuck with Dominance MMA heavy, man. You know what I mean? Well, I do.
Okay.
People that know me from time know that I've been fucking with Dominance MMA, man, and I love what that stable is about. That's what real management is, man. You know what I mean? Like proper management, man. Like that brother makes sure he keeps his fighters fighting. You don't get them in no shit. I don't know
how he does it, like, and the pay is good, so they can't complain.
They can't complain about that, man. So big up to that brother there. He's also Vicente Luque's manager and Gilbert Burns' manager.
What the hell?
Yeah, brother.
Manager. Millions and the Muslims and the Americans, like
Khabib, fucking Islam Makhachev,
Justin Gaethje, you know, number one wanted list.
Justin Gaethje, Makhachev, you name it, he's managing them. You know what I mean? Like that brother's doing the Lord's work. Right? Big up to him. And we're just gonna end on the AJ Maki being injured, and now they have Roberto De Souza to face Pitbull.
I want to know exactly how it went. I was like, that pissed me. I was like, who gets injured this close to the main? Like, and it's such an easy peasy lemon squeezy fight for him. The guy, Pitbull, at best is a C-rank fighter, but he's an A+ on his day. Like, it's such an easy. You don't need to do nothing in the last 2 weeks. Just relax. You do yoga, stretch, do some gym work, swim. Like, hit the pads lightly. Don't do nothing. Just do. It's the easiest fight ever. And you get to go to Japan and dress as a black samurai. Puts the whole. Have you seen it? He does some crazy get up, bro. It's out of this fucking world with all the swords. And it's something like, oh, that's so sick, man. He loves it as well. And he gets to do crazy shit like spinning, jumping, soccer kicks, back heels, kick the nigga on the floor, like straight kick. He would have been so sick because most fighters forget about it. He knows. He goes, yes, I'm going to kick him. I'm going to knee him on the floor. I'm going to grab him from his hair. I don't care what the ref says. I'm dropping the elbow from 12 to 6.
I'm going to play soccer with his head.
Soccer, bro. I tell you, man. I knew what I mean. The fight, the worst thing is, the fight is so easy. When I read it, I was like, this bro, like, no offense for Chushi. He's a C-rank fighter, bro. He's a C-level fighter. And he would have got fucked up. I was like, what did you do to get injured in the last couple of weeks just before flipping Bellator want to sell and shit as well, man? You're the worst, bro. Like, part of me thinks about purpose.
It's a big loss on the card, man. It's a big.
I'm not watching it now. I don't think I'll watch it. Before I was watching, I like watching this 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. Yeah, it comes on Japan time, so it's a nice time for us. It's on YouTube for free most of the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, how, man? Now it's like, how dare he like get injured for literally the easiest fight of his like high level career recently. He's almost pissing me off. Like, I don't think I'll even train that much for a fight like that. I'm like, this fight is so easy, and I'm up a weight class now, and it's for the belt. I think it was for the belt, maybe. I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. Man.
Yeah, so
man,
I mean,
I thought you were gonna bring that one up. I rate you for bringing that one up, man. But
yeah, man, that's a big loss for that card. I was looking forward to seeing AJ Maki back in the cage. Yeah, 100%. I love his style, man. I love his style, man. You know, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
A few fights has been announced, so I'm just gonna drop it on you people, real quick fights. Chal Borralho versus Ruzabov. Ruzabov, we saw him get that big KO recently. So a fight between Borralho and Ruzabov has been put together in Sao Paulo.
Nice. What else?
For the 4th of November, we got Aliskara versus Imavov. That's going to be happening in Abu Dhabi. We got I'm not even going to bring that up, man. Tyson Pedro versus Anton Tokal. That's another one that got put together. And Blood.
No way, Pedro's coming back again.
Tyson Pedro is back again, man. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be keeping a close eye on that one. And we know that Big Muddy, Modestas Bukauskas, has definitely got something lined up as well. We're waiting on the announcement. His boy Will Drago got a good win in Cage Warriors. Just last week. So go and check out.
Cage Warriors enough, man. He's been more Cage Warriors. Well, more South African than British, it seems.
Yeah, man, for real. We got a couple Cage Warrior fighters that we got in the pipeline that we're talking to. I'm just waiting. The man's when I spoke to him, Sam Kelly. Go and check out Sam Kelly, Cage Warrior fighter, big fighter on there. He said, you know what, I'm gonna reach out. We'll do something after my fight. So I said, you know what, that's cool. Go and concentrate on your camp, and after your fight, we'll get to bring him back on the show. So keep your eyes peeled for some of the fighters that we got planned up, some of the interviews that we're releasing on the channel. Go and check them out. The clip that we put on today, go and check it out on the page. Fight with Scoop is coming out tomorrow. Keep an eye on that. Leroy is doing big work in the background in support of the channel. So salute to Leroy on that one. And bro, we got a big watch along coming up this week. Are you available for the watch along? Because your locations is catching you out a few times too.
I'll be at home this week, man. I'll be here Saturday.
All right,
I better be here.
So we got the BMF card going on, and Errol Spence and Crawford. They're also going to be fighting. I think their walkout time.
I'll keep that in as well.
The walkout time is probably going to be in and around the same time that we're going to be looking at the main event of.
We'll see. Obviously, the UFC always wins, but
we're a combat sports channel, man. Mainly we do mixed martial arts, but this one here is a fight that everybody's been watching. So I'm going to have it on the second screen, and we might have to talk about simultaneously on what's going on.
One on my screen, one on my phone. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, man, we're gonna run it like that. So come join us for the watch along this weekend, people. And we're working on special guests. One of them is definitely coming from South Africa, so we just need to line up the load shedding schedule over there. Once we get all of that cleared up, then we're definitely gonna announce it. If load shedding is not affecting us, and we've got one other fighter from our shows over here that we're looking to bring on. We're in talks with him, and then let's see what shakes out, and keep an eye out for that announcement. Once that announcement comes through, we're going to drop it with the thumbnail on our pages, and then come join us for the watch along, man. And thank you for everybody that joined us on the last watch along, man. There's some big numbers there, so big up to everybody that joined us on that one, brother. So, bro, we've come to the end of the show, man. It's another good one.
Yeah,
some anticipated fights coming up, and
they all come through, as you say. Hopefully, no one pulls out these next couple of fights, man.
I'm still fucked up with the AJ Maki fucking injury, man.
Yeah,
that was
next. I didn't realize it was next week. I was like 1 week away.
Yeah, that one there got to be, man. You know what I mean? But hey, these things happen, man. These things happen. Yeah, man. So people, We have come to the end of the show, man. Salute to everybody that's joined us this afternoon. Big up to all of you, man. Salute to you. Come and join us. Come and join us for our prediction show on Friday. We're going to be doing our picks on the prediction show on Friday. And on Saturday, we're going to be doing the watch along. And we're going to need your support on that one there still. So people share this video, like the video, get it all out to people then. And yeah, keep showing us the support. We're going to keep churning out the content. And up onto the next video, people. Hasta la vista. We're out. Big love.
Yo, guys, this is Adrian Yannick.